everybody, it's David from Red Wagon Dioramas, and it's time for my monthly pickups video, 6 figures a month, where I get to show you 6 of my favorite action figures that I picked up this month. So this is for November 2024. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, to everyone, and Merry Christmas in advance. Before I get into it, I did pick up quite a bit in the last 2 weeks because of Black Friday sales that were going on everywhere. I placed an order to Walmart. I placed a bigger order to Hasbro Pulse with their 35% off deal for premium members. And I think I bought one thing on Amazon. So I kind of have a pile of figures here. And honestly, none of these were standouts for me because they were all figures that I delayed buying. I didn't really want them that bad, but when they went on sale Black Friday, that's when I picked them up. With the exception of my number 2 and number 1 figures this month, which were special, pre-order items, custom made. So those were not inexpensive. Also, special shout out to everybody who watched Gary's Black Series collection video that I posted 3 weeks ago now. That thing has just about 10,000 views right now, which is pretty awesome. On behalf of myself and Gary, we just want to say thank you for everybody who's enjoyed that video and commented. Thanks a lot. All right, as always, guys, appreciate you watching. Hit the like button for me, leave me a comment below, and subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. All right, number 6 this month is a reaction figure. Now, I don't buy a lot of reaction figures. These are the 3.75-inch figures that are put out by Super 7, and usually they're of pop culture characters and stuff. So last week when Amazon launched their Black Friday sale, early or whatever, 2 weeks before Black Friday it seemed, I did pick up a reaction figure of Tom Haverford from Parks and Recreation. Now, I do collect this line. I have, I don't know, I have 8 or 10 of the figures here. I don't have everything, but I have collected the characters that I really enjoyed. This is one of my favorite shows from it was 10 years ago when it came out, but it gave me a lot of laughs and I enjoy picking up the figures when they come out. I do keep these figures carded. I haven't opened any of these. So he was on sale on Amazon for $13, and this is a brand new release figure. I was just telling my wife how I didn't have Tom in the line, and I didn't even know they made him yet, and then he popped up on Amazon. So Tom Haverford reaction figure makes my list for this month, number 6. Number 5 this month is a Black Series figure. I picked up the droid from Grief Karga. This is from The Mandalorian. This is the R4, what's his number? I gotta look at the box. R4-6DO. This is the astromech droid that accompanies Grief Karga around when he's the magistrate of whatever that city was in. I think it's season 3 of Mandalorian. So this is the first R4 unit in the line for Black Series, and it's the same body as R2-D2. It's just got a repaint on the different panels. It's got the same functionality as the other droids, so that the dome pops up and you can store the accessories in there. All the arms and little instruments, you can plug them in where you want them, open the doors and the hatches, and then he does have the third leg, which is retractable there. I'm a big fan of this sculpt from Hasbro. It's great for the line, and I do enjoy picking up other droids. So this one makes my list this month, number 5. Okay, number 4 this month is a G.I. Joe classified figure. I was really excited when I was in Target a week or 2 ago, must have been 2 weeks ago now, and I saw them pulling out, boxes of new toys from the back, and one of them said G.I. Joe classified in it, and right inside the box was the retro Snow Serpent. So I've been hunting this guy for a while. I haven't seen him anywhere. This is the first time I saw him in the store, so I grabbed him and picked him up. I paid full price for him, 25 bucks. But this was a favorite figure of mine as a kid, and it just has a lot of nostalgia for me, the basic blue and white kind of look of the figure and the artwork, of course. So I'm a sucker for these retro figures, honestly. And then what was really cool is earlier this week when Hasbro launched their Black Friday sale, this figure was on there for 35% off. So I bought him again on Hasbro for $17, and I'll return the $25 one to Target. I have been able to find the other 2 in the wave pretty easily at Target, the Cobra Eel and Beachhead. But Snow Serpent has been really elusive to me. So that's my number 4 this month, is the G.I. Joe Classified Retro Snow Serpent. I'm gonna keep this one carded. He is eventually gonna be on display with my other carded retro figures when I have more space down in my man cave down here. Number 3 this month was another pickup from Walmart's sale. This is the Marvel Legends retro carded, the Spider-Man retro card figure of Prowler from the cartoon. This was a Walmart exclusive figure. I missed it when it went on pre-order earlier this year, and then it went up in price, so I wasn't gonna buy it. I was hoping it would come back down this week for Black Friday. It did come back down to retail, so I bought it at the retail price. Prowler's been one of those figures that I always loved as a kid, as a teenager, because I was reading the Spider-Man comics in the 90s. And I don't know, the bright purple and green, that villain look, the cool mask. He was a good small-time villain. He was a good, second-tier villain for Spider-Man in a lot of the comics and the shows. So eventually I hope to have some of these figures displayed here somewhere, but right now I've just got too much Star Wars stuff everywhere. So that's number 3 this month, the retro-carded Prowler figure. Okay, number 2 this month are custom figures by the Next 17. The Next 17 is a company in the Netherlands, and they produce Star Wars figures in the style of the vintage Kenner figures that were never made by Kenner. So I've been buying these figures on occasion when something catches my eye. I have done some reviews on the Next 17 figures on my channel, so look for those videos if you're interested. Earlier this year, the Next 17 announced that they would be doing a pre-order of some Wave 5 figures. Now, I did not pre-order the Wave 5 figures at the time because I think it was just because I was short on cash at the time. So I missed out, honestly. However, Graham did have a handful of figures that were leftovers, either people that canceled orders or whatever, and he put a few more of them up for sale on his Patreon earlier this month. So I did pull the trigger and I bought 4 of his officer figures. The officer in black on the left here, this guy right here, is the original Kenner figure, and these other 3 are the new ones from the Next 17. So you've got General Veers in uniform, and you've got, I think, a commander and then an ISB agent. Each one of them comes with a little custom-made plastic blaster. I love the card back that Graham makes and sends out with the figures because it helps me remember who's who in the list of characters. Because honestly, I don't remember the Imperial insignia cards, you know, the blue and the red buttons on there. I was excited to pick these up this month because I just got that Death Star playset behind me, and now I have some new officers to populate that display. I also got one of these little blue boxes that came with the scanning crew. Unfortunately, he was sold out of the scanning crew guys that were like kind of a different color scheme on their paint job, but I did get one of the crates. They are a little pricey. They're about $40 each, plus then you have to pay the shipping costs. It's been absolutely worth it for me, so I do recommend you pick up some of these figures if you're into the vintage Kenner stuff. Now, number 1 this month is also from Next 17, and this is kind of a surprise for me how much I'm into this one. Check this figure out. This is also from Graham, the Next 17. This is a Jabba the Hutt, as seen in the comic books. The original Marvel Comics from 1977. It says issues 2, 8, and 37. I didn't even know Jabba the Hutt was in the comics, so it's a very retro vintage vibe with this. Very obscure, kind of a strange custom character to make, and I'm all for it. I really think this is cool. So, you know, this is not a traditional card back. This is some flexible kind of card stock here, but he's got it printed on both sides, and then the figure's just in a Ziploc baggie that's glued to the card back. So I will open this guy up, play with him a little bit. I'm probably going to put him in my Jabba's Palace display, maybe in the cantina, I'm not sure. But what a cool little character. I don't remember Graham, you know, doing any teasers for this particular figure, but he had it in the works the same time as the Wave 5 officers were coming out. So that's my number 1 this month in the Next 17, a custom figure from my Kenner display. And if you're wondering, I did not pick up the Back to Tank Luke yet, but I do want to in my next order. All right, so that'll do it this month, guys. Okay, guys, well, thank you very much for watching. As always, I enjoy this time with you guys, giving you a glimpse in my collecting habits. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment below what you think, and let me know what you guys are picking up this month. Until next time, may the Force be with you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.